Everyone's talking about economic development, Tom. What is different about you?
You're right. That's the one thing everybody throws out. I think I bring two very different perspectives to economic development. The first one is that's an environment that I've been in. My company in the last 6 years created 2,500 jobs on a direct basis and probably 40,000 on an indirect basis. So I don't think there's any city that has more potential than Dallas. I've had a chance and been fortunate enough to travel all over the world and seen a lot of different cities. And I just don't think there's any city that has the opportunities that Dallas has. And I put those words into action. As I mentioned to you a little bit earlier too, I moved a company of $4 billion to Dallas. Now that company grew to be $8 billion while we were here in Dallas, so we think it was an awfully good decision to have moved to Dallas. But I think that gives me the perspective to sit down across the table from any person, any business person in this world, and make the argument for Dallas, and also to put myself in the position that they are, to carry that message. I think I also have the ability, from an economic development standpoint, to lead the city, to be the chief salesperson, so to speak. And I think that's very important. I think that in the end, we've got to have people that are going to be the leaders, that go out and talk to the leaders of business and bring those in. So I've been in that environment, I've done it, I know how to do it, and I think I can do it very well for Dallas. But I'd also tell you I bring another perspective to it. I think is important. We talked a little bit earlier about the importance of taking investment and spreading it throughout our community. I know how to do that. My company did $1 billion worth of minority and women-based contracting. I understand how important that is to a community, and especially to our city where we don't have as many strong minority companies as we need to have to create that foundation in key parts of our city. That's critical. We've seen over the last several decades, Dallas has done very well investment. But what we haven't seen is that investment spread throughout our community to key areas, especially in the southern and western part of our cities. And that's what we need to do. And I've worked with a group in the southern sector over the last 6 months or so. And what we've tried to do there is create a framework, not just to put money into, for the bond program or other programs, into the southern sector. That to me is just a means, it's not the end point. The end point is creating strong businesses. So if we do these sorts of things, we're going to be in the position of creating strong, viable businesses that all of a sudden not only going to create jobs, but they're also going to give back to the community. And then we're going to have a lot stronger city. So I bring that perspective again on a very practical, pragmatic, hands-on approach of how do you build businesses. That's what we need to do, and that's where I'm in a very different position than everyone else.